How stands the house of Rothschild?
Well, they've been throwing stones at it. And I'm afraid some of the stones went wild and hit you, Julie.
What do you mean?
I've just come from a meeting of men in society, the kind of society to which Fitzroy belongs. And they stoned me because I'm a Jew.
Fitzroy isn't that sort.
Julie, you must give him up.
Give him up? I can't.
I know best.
But you don't love him, I do.
Will he continue to love you?
Father, this isn't like you. You've always fought for what you wanted and got it. Well, perhaps I'm a fighter, too.
This fight's been going on for 2,000 years.
But things are changing. You said so yourself.
I was a fool. I thought we'd swept away these prejudices, but I was a fool.
Fitz knows what he's doing. We've talked this thing all over. We're ready to face the consequences.
While you're young. But what are the years to come?
There's no one else in the world for me but Fitz, and I won't give him up.
Well, Nathan, what is it? They didn't outbid you.
Yes. My bid was thrown out on a technicality.
A technicality?
Because I'm a Jew. But they did me a great service. They showed me just how they were going to behave to Julie if she married into their set. You'll do as I bid you.
I'll try, Father.
Nathan, what have you said to her? You can't ruin their lives.
No, I'm going to save them. Hannah, she mustn't continue to see this man. You must get her away.
But where?
Take her to Frankfurt and take her at once.
Excuse me, sir. I heard the result of the meeting and came to offer my sympathy.
Oh, well, thanks. If you have any spare sympathy, you might keep a little in reserve for Baring, Ladrans and Company.
I don't think they need it, sir.
No, they may later. Do you realize that Ladrans, Metternich, Talleyrand, and the rest of the party are taking a fourth of this loan without a penny between them?
But they'll make millions on the rise.
Ah.
He's tired.
Perhaps I'd better call again later.
Ralph,
Sir.
if you could buy government 4% bonds at 60, would you pay 74 for them?
No, sir.
Would you, Hannah?
Goodness me, no.
I thought not.
Nathan, what's in your mind?
Murder. Hannah, I'll tell you exactly what's in my mind. And this may interest you, too, Roth. Baring and those others headed by Ladrans have taken this new loan at 71. On the first of the month, they're going to offer it to the public at 74. It pays 4%. But there is already in existence a previous government bond which also pays 4%, of which we have a large holding.
Yeah.
This bond is now selling at 73. Hannah says I'm tired, but I'm not too tired to realize that if the public can buy one government bond for 73, they won't buy a new issue bearing the same interest for 74.
That's true, sir. But Baring and the other bankers will run up the old bonds, and when they rise to about 75...
I know what you're going to say. They'll make the old ones rise, and then launch the new ones a point lower, and the public rushes in.
Quite so, sir.
But suppose there is no rise.
Huh?
Suppose somebody pricks the balloon and it doesn't go up. Suppose before they can run it up, somebody else begins to run it down. Suppose by the first of the month, these old bonds now selling at 73 should fall down to 63. Then they couldn't possibly launch the new loan at 74 because nobody would buy it.
No.
And Baring and Ladrans and his little band of bankrupt brigands will wait for it to go up. But suppose instead of going up, it still goes down to 55, to 50, to 45, to 40, why they'll never be able to launch the loan at all. And by gad, that's where it's going.
Herbert Rothschild. You'd think he was selling apples instead of government bonds.
Funds are now at 53.
All right. I'll keep on selling till I tell you to stop.
You're creating something like a panic on the exchange, sir.
I know. What kind of a flower is this that Hannah gave me this morning?
I don't know, sir.
Very pretty. Smells nice, too.
Mr. Rothschild, do you know what you're doing to the market? What have you heard?
My dear fellow, I don't hear things. I just imagine them. You know what kind of a flower this is?
No.
52! 52! That means I'm down about 25 million francs. And you the same, Ledrans.
Can't something be done to stop him, Baring? You're the biggest banker in England. Are we all to be ruined by the gymnastics of a dirty Shylock? I've thrown the entire resources of Baring's bank into the pool, but I can't stop it. He's got us on the run.
Right. I bet you half a crown that Baring makes straight for this post within 2 minutes.
I'll take you, sir.
I'm tired of losing money. I'd like to win some.
You're a magician, sir. Here he is. Mr. Rothschild, I don't have to tell you this is nothing less than slaughter. You know my position. I'm responsible for this new issue at 71, and you're making it impossible for me to put it on the market.
We are both bankers. You knew I ought to have had a share of this loan. Why did you shut me out?
Certain pressure was brought to bear on me.
Ha! Ledrans.
Well, yes.
Then let Ledrans speak for himself. All right, Mr. Baring. I'll come. I'll follow you. About how much has this thing cost us up to now?
About £5 million.
All right. We'll make 10. I hope I haven't kept you waiting, gentlemen, because I know you must all be very busy.
We sent for you, Rothschild, to make you an offer. You resent being left out of this loan. Mr. Baring, as you know, holds 3/4 of it. He is prepared to part with half of that to you. Will that satisfy you?
What about the other quarter?
That, as you know, is held by us.
Oh, yes, you bought it at 71.
Well, we're responsible for it.
You bought it at 71.
It was allotted to us.
And not against your will, I hope.
Certainly not.
So you bought it at 71.
What do you mean, bought it?
Can you pay for it at 71?
You know perfectly well that no one is prepared to pay in full for an entire issue.
Were you prepared to pay anything? Could you have stood a 10-point drop? No. You took it for a rise. You're financially irresponsible, the whole lot of you, except Mr. Baring. Well, I know just how much money you've got, each one of you. And if I like to hold down the market till after the first of the month, and I can, you're all ruined and dishonored, including Baring's bank. Now, I'll rescue you on one condition. That you pass me the entire issue at 68.
That's impossible. Now, what excuse can we offer to the public?
Just say it was found necessary.
On what grounds?
Oh, on a technicality.
No.
Very well.
Wait, please. We have to deal with Mr. Rothschild. Under the circumstances, I consider his offer a generous one. And as the head of the House of Baring, I insist on Mr. Rothschild's terms being accepted.
What? Are you going to take it off our hands, Rothschild? That's uncommon good of you.
Hey, Count Road. Are you also on the preferred list?
Yes, but I much prefer to be off of it.
Well, we've no choice.
I accept. I say yes without hesitation.
Count Ledrans?
Very well.
To save time, I had this little contract drawn, which I shall ask you gentlemen to sign.
You seem to have been very sure of yourself.
I was. Quite. Will you sign first?